Atmabandhan, greetings everyone. Welcome back to the revision session of Unified Practicals. So today we are stepping into the second section of our course. In the first section, we realized that there is our vast omnipresent higher self, and we learned how to communicate consciously with our higher self using safeguards. We developed those techniques, and now we are so comfortable that with those practice that it has become like a routine in our daily life. And now we have learned to sit in a quiet periods and receive guidance, energy, knowledge from our higher self, and then carry it in our dynamic activity, as said by Babaji. So now moving into the second section. Here, we have already learned to strengthen our tools for communicating with our higher self. Here, we learn to isolate our highest and wisest desires and then use it through a precise creating formula. Basically, in this section, we start the mechanics to manifest those desires. So, in this chapter, the chapter is claiming true desires. So in this chapter, we learn to claim our true desires, the desires which are in tune with God's thought, and believe that they are to be fulfilled with love, abundance, peace. And we only have to just claim it, knowing that it is for our use, for our enjoyment, without much ownership. We don't have to own anything. And these desires, these keep changing. As we change, as we transform, we have also seen that as we are transforming, these desires are changing. So this chapter is very beautiful, as Babaji has given us again repeated, given in steps by step format, how to go sit in quiet period, and how to, again he has emphasized on using safeguards to clear our aura. So before diving deep into this chapter, I would like you all to thank Babaji for giving us this beautiful foolproof manual to make our life just like heaven. So gently close your eyes, center yourself. You can put your hands on your heart center and feel that gratitude, feel that love for Babaji. Feel that love for your higher self, for yourself. And as you sit in this state of receiving passively from your higher self, let's thank our God, our Creator. Dear God, my Creator, I thank you for creating me in your image. I thank you for giving me, for my use, the thought that created everything perfect. I thank you for the ever-present joy and happiness and abundance found in your thought. I am now unified with you and in tune with your thought. With deep gratitude, you can open your eyes. So today we are going to create another inventory of our desires. But first, we have to get some clarity what these true desires are and how to isolate it and how to claim it. So our unified master, Jayaji, will guide us, will tell us those precise steps and explain all the details with pros and cons. And later, Nitiji will guide us to the quiet period. So I welcome you, Jayaji.
Thank you.
To you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I wanted to start with 2 lines of a song that I thought today. एक दिन आप यूं हमको मिल जाएंगे फूल ही फूल राहों में खिल जाएंगे, मैंने सोचा न था एक दिन जिंदगी इतनी होगी हंसी, झूमेगा आसमां, गाएगी ये जमीन, मैंने सोचा न था. So before Unified, the search was outside, and now the search has gone within. So I found myself. So then life has become beautiful, life has become blissful. So today's the chapter is about claiming true desires. And at this point in our course, we enjoy our quiet periods when we are able to connect with ourselves. The book has given us a step-by-step guide. It's like the ingredients of the recipe of bliss. So if we follow those ingredients step by step, automatically our mind is able to connect very easily. Whenever the mind wanders around, all we have to do is bring it back. Like when a child plays around and is mischievous, then you just divert their attention and bring it back so that they can connect. Or like when you have a lot of traffic during the day, at night, all the cars go back to where they are, and then there's absolute silence. So once we are stable, once we are connected, the magic begins. So they have guided us with 7 simple steps to sit comfortably with our eyes closed and to focus on our heart, to focus on creation, to focus on love. Then clear our aura of all the uninvited influences. Then close our aura, accept to our higher self, and then unify with the qualities of God. So every time I remind myself I have God qualities, that sudden feeling of abundance, of limitless, of boundaryless comes into me. And then they have said the 5th one is to state the purpose of the particular quiet period. So when we learn to practice communicating with our higher self, we receive the right knowledge at the right time. And then the 6th is to receive the signal from our higher self. And the 7th is to speak out the communication. Either you write it down or say it aloud so that it becomes clear even after our quiet period. Slowly, we develop the one-pointedness, the ekagarta that we have within us. When I was small, I used to bring the cup and the saucer from the kitchen with chai in it. And if the cup was not in the center, it would make a sound tick, 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 until I put it in the center. And then it would be quiet. So when there is kit inside, when there is disturbance inside, you cannot connect. And once it is connected, then it gets clear. So when our thoughts are influenced by outer forces, our desires are clouded. That is why we are reminded to clean and clear our aura very often. Like a little child, it wants one toy, and then after 5 minutes, it wants another toy, or his mind gets diverted into something else. It's like that when regularly our mind wants one thing and then wants another, then wants another. That's why we learn to bring it into the center. We learn to connect. And once we are in sync, the universe guides us, or our higher self guides us. It's so very often that I try to remind myself that I'm whole, I'm complete, and I'm healed. Now, desires have no end. It's like a bucket with an empty bottom. You can pour as much water as you want, it just flows away. So Unified has created that bottom. Then you suddenly realize that you don't need so much. There's a story that I like. One man found a lamp and there was a genie that came out and he said, you make a wish and I'll fulfill it. But my one problem is that whatever I give you, I will give your neighbor double. And so he said, I want a nice, sweet, kind, loving, beautiful wife. And the neighbor got an even better wife. He said, I want a nice house. The neighbor got a double size house. He said, I want a car. The neighbor got 2 cars. He got very upset. And he said, then I want you to make me blind from one eye. And so the neighbor became blind from both eyes. So desires is something that ruins us as well as others around us if they are made from our lower self. But when we have guidance and we have thoughts and desires guided by our higher self, then there's nothing better than that. So when we have a desire, we have to guide it with full conviction, believe in it, and see the magic. It's also like when we create a desire and it's like our car is not working and I push it from the back and somebody else pushes it from the front. It doesn't go anywhere. So as I've joined this class, it's like I'm pushing it, but there's a huge force from behind that pushes it with me. And so the result is so much better. Also, before we go to sleep, we must sit with ourselves for some time and follow all these steps so that it goes deeper and deeper into our subconscious mind. Being in the state of love daily, being in the moment, just be, not do, but be in the moment, more in the present. So my sleep has become far better. I'm enjoying the moment very often during the day. When you suddenly pause and you're like, where am I? What's happening here? Am I enjoying myself? And then if any time the past or the future thoughts come, I learned that the past is something I cannot change. And because I have created my experiences, there's no one to blame. There's no one to forgive. I am here to create new experiences. And I'm able to build my experiences. So let's work on that. Now, once we have a true desire, it needs the right environment to bloom. It's like a monkey found a mango seed and it planted it into the ground. But every day it would check, has it grown? Why is the tree not there? Why has the tree not grown? So when you start with a desire, push it, give it the right environment, and it will work. But you have to give it that pause. You have to give it that right guidance so that it moves where you want it to move. Try to keep your energy in its highest state as much as possible. Also, in the past, we have written the thoughts that need correction. And this week, we are supposed to write our desires and compare it and realize what is coming in between my thoughts and the manifestation. If you haven't prepared it, prepare it now. And then we have learned how to correct our thoughts. So when you go into a mall and the door is opening and closing all the time, There's no way you can enter. So when the door is in one position, it's when you can enter. So when you learn to focus within yourself, when you learn to pause, is when you can enter. So again and again, when there is confusion, there is disturbance, there is exhaustion, clean and close your aura and try again. It's very important to create the communication with your higher self. So when you learn to pause, the questions of where, why, who, when, what, they all disappear. You rise above the body. You learn that I am limitless. Once I rise above, then there's no boundary. Then there's just paradise. Now, slowly and gradually, daily during the practice, you start feeling a little more happiness, abundance, joy, and bliss. It's like you have to trust the process. The knowledge that you receive from your higher self will definitely guide you. When we realize that we are complete, whole, and healed, we are made in the image of God, then all our relationships, especially with ourselves first, and then with others, becomes unconditional, becomes stronger. It's nothing that you have to show others. It's how you feel within. It's your inner state that brings that immense joy. It's like in Hindi, they say, gunga gur khai. Means it's like the person who can't speak eats jaggery, but he can't express. So slowly and slowly, it's working. I know it's there. It's gradually building up. And before it was a few moments during the day, now the moments are increasing. So it feels even better. We are part of the same necklace, the same thought that God created us. We have the same thoughts. We are connected to the entire universe. Now focus on how to expand on this happiness, on this bliss. Everything is here for me to enjoy without any bondage, without any force, without any demand. Just enjoy your family, yourself, your environment. The problem comes when there is ownership. You don't know who I am. I am so and so. This is my house. This is my child. This is the way I expect things to happen. So that is the disturbance. That is the barrier. When I'm not ready to let go. Once we have our true desires and they are in sync with God qualities, then we have the power to create a total, complete experience. Unconditional, non-judgmental feelings for everyone and everything around us. We have the power to create our magical experiences with the realization that everyone has free will. So there was a point when there were arguments every day on every topic, and now it's discussion on every topic. So I accept that everyone has a different opinion and everyone has free will. So it's like I have bound myself, and now I realized, oh, I'm the one who needed to let go to enjoy what's happening around me. So be free, be open with yourself, write down whatever desires you want to experience, make it believable, think about what you want to see in your life, and then check if it is your desire from the lower self or from the higher self. It's very simple to see because the lower self has selfish desires only for me and mine. And when you are connected to the higher self, the desires are completely different. It's for the entire humanity. You are limitless. You are with no boundaries. So as you think of the desires, it make sure they are in present tense. I claim. And after the quiet periods, examine the list of true desires, compare it with the correcting thoughts, and look out for the little barriers that are coming in between. As you sit with yourself, the more you sit with yourself, you will see the magic unfold. It's been there all around you, but it has been unnoticed. It has been there, and I have just walked by it. And suddenly now I realize, oh, wow, this is beautiful. This is possible. And every time I have a doubt and I look at Kavita ji, I look at Preeti ji, I look at Sailesh, I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. There is some power in what you're saying. It's not something that you haven't followed. It's because you have followed that there is the glow in your energy, in your aura. So if they can do it, I can do it. And that is the summary for today.
Thank you, Jayaji. We love your examples always. You have simplified it so beautifully. And as you are relating the story, I was recalling my childhood story. When I was in school, I have read one story about a king who have wished for a golden touch. What was his name? King
Midas.
Midas, I think, yes. And he wished for the golden, whatever he touched, it would change into gold. And then it became so unbearable for him because his food, even his drink, even his loved ones, all changed into gold. So this story was the moral of the story was that we have to be always be careful about what we desire. The unrealistic desires, there are so many dangers involved, and we should think beyond material positions and prioritize what we want in our life. So this was also a story related to unrealistic desire, and what you said about that was related to jealousy, like neighbor getting double of what I am desiring for. So that was also a very beautiful examples. And whatever you say, I always say, that's why I went to my school course. I feel like a child, a kid. So immediately those stories started coming to me. So thank you so much for making me go back into the flashback and bringing one story of my own. So, if Preeti ji is there, if she would like to add something to the chapter.
Namaste, greetings everyone. Welcome, and we are really truly enjoying how beautifully Jayaji shared the chapter summary. Oh my God, and even the starting today. It's 17th July, and last month on 17th June, we started this revision program. It's completely 1 month now, and we have so much from all of you that is just mind blowing, because if I am at your state, I really cannot take this challenge. I wouldn't have been ready to pick up even one chapter to speak and summarize. And the things that you guys have been doing is very, very powerful and amazing. And that's why you started with a song. Your higher self asked you to sing song for all of us today. It's a very special day. And thank you, Kavita ji, for doing it all. And uh, inviting everybody. She is also taking this challenge, evening time, 5:30 p.m. and it's busy time with kids, family, and she's there every day. And Jayaji, you at 8 p.m. your energy is like this. So I can just imagine how your day was. So amazing, amazing, amazing. And I can truly see how well you are enjoying your reading time with Babaji, with chapter. And the name is so beautiful, Claiming True Desire. After uh, the true forgiveness, we are here claiming true desires. And beautifully, we have covered it in the main sessions, and revision is taking us too deep. So you added so many things from back and forward, like, after manifestation also. And that's like connecting, enjoying what you have ingrained, what you have been living is like true sharing. Amazing. Just a few reminders here I would like to bring again, because we have discussed it in main chapters when we were doing the first time. We always hesitate to desire because it's in our deep subconscious that desires cause suffering, and that's why we have these beautiful stories. But here, when it comes about true desires, our higher self is guiding. If you remember, Jayaji, when I was in Hong Kong and first day, we were talking and we were talking about expressing yourself, why you have to create from what you don't have, right? So the lower self come and creates, even if it is about the social service, even if it is about helping an orphan kids or old age people or women, anything you take in the society that people are serving, from where it is coming? It is coming from the lack from their own life. What they have missed in their life, they're giving it to others because they truly connect with it. But here, Babaji is saying that you can receive God's thought that is given by your higher self. And that thought comes, you don't have to fight for it. You might have a list of thoughts you would like to live. But when you ask your higher self, you would not get those thoughts even. So that seed thought is such a powerful thing. And I remember very clearly that Kirti came one day and she reminded that, see, this word seed thought, it means it doesn't exist. So this creation is now perfectly representing my own true self. I am just expressing my wholeness. I am just expressing my perfection. From that point of view, I am doing creation. And that is where new things coming up. The joy is spreading. When love comes together, the people happy around me. I experience abundance, unboundedness. From where you started, I think that was my first desire. I wanted to know how a human being can be unlimited. And then Babaji gave this gift. In so many ways, you can be unlimited. And you don't have to think. You just have to be. And so beautifully you put it all together. And one more important point was reminded that you cannot stop being different from how you are created. So you are created in the image of God. You cannot deny that you would wish to live in heaven. You would wish to have love, have light, have knowledge, have peace, joy, abundance, infinite energy you would like to experience in your life. So this was the most deeply touching points. So the line that says that so far your desires were driven by, were lacking all-knowing intelligence. That's what the line is, right? So all-knowing intelligence comes from higher self. I have everything, still I want to manifest. And beautiful examples are given, even though I'm wanting a perfect job, right? So I'm desiring for my abundant salary in whatever amount it is. It is not like in crores, but in whatever it is, I'm living an abundant life. That's the claim, that key of adding this unlimited abundance, that joyfulness, unconditional relationship. These are the signs of we receiving messages from our higher self. And truly, like you said, that I keep checking whether I'm enjoying my life properly. So this life is for me to enjoy, even if I'm doing a social service or running an NGO. But if I'm not happy, I'm stressed out by the evening, am I living my purpose truly? Even though I go and help people, but it's not still making me rich. I get tired. I'm not enjoying the equilibrium in human life. We have multiple dimensions, friends, family, life to enjoy, live. I'm missing on that. So that uh, everything happens because mostly from our lower self we create things from lack. We create things out of fear to avoid situations. We don't put ourself into understanding the true meaning of situation, what it is, why it is. And once we are healed, we can heal others. Once we are whole and complete, we can help others. So this is what I remembered. Just I think I logged in little late, and this line was going on that so far there was the all-knowing intelligence was missing in your desires, and now you see what you are today, and you start claiming true desires and living them. So thank you. I hope I didn't take much time. Shaileshi, anything you would like to add?
It's all so beautiful. I really don't know what to say. I was reading just a comment here by Geeta Arora ji in the chat here. She says to Jaya ji, your smile is magic. I was just thinking about that. What what makes her smile a magic? We all smile all day long. Whenever somebody comes in front, we just put on a smile, right? But it's not magic. What makes the smile a magic? It makes your inner happiness. That inner happiness makes your smile magic. Your true happiness, when you are in your heart, when you are happy, your smile will naturally become like a magic. It becomes automatically so beautiful. It is authentic. That's why it becomes magic. So when we hear Jayaji speaking, we can feel that happiness from her heart, right? What she is living, that is what we can feel. So all of us can make our smiles magical. All of us can do it. Just create that happiness within. We have to just become love. I am love. And that does everything. So thank you for this beautiful description. All your unique special examples, they make it interesting for everyone. So if someone has missed understanding something, your examples make it easy. So thank you for that. Let's go forward now.
So, Nikki ji, I would invite you to guide us through the quiet period practice. And if you would like to add something to the summary, you can please be comfortable to add.
No, I think Preeti ji has already covered, and it's the true desires that matters. So I welcome all and thank you again for being here. In today's quiet period practice, we will contact our higher self to receive energy, insights, and claim our true desires. We have communicated with our thoughts to our higher self, which are not in tune with God's thought. And this inventory needs correction. What is it that we truly want to experience in life? Most of our desires are dictated about people around us for their love and respect. But our true desires come from our authentic self, which believe everything is for our enjoyment. So I request everybody to close eyes, cross fingers, and Sit comfortably. Everything is available for us for experience. There is no ownership. It's only love, forgiveness, gratitude, and let go. Let's get ready to go deep within what we truly want to experience. What are our true desires? Get comfortable and relax. Once we are relaxed, the body will give an indication that we are ready for yet another beautiful journey within. Connect with your breath. Our breath is a reflection of our inner state. Focus. Slow and steady the mind. Observe the natural rhythm. Take a deep inhale from your heart space and exhale fully. Continue doing inhale and exhale from your heart center. Ground yourself completely. More and more into this space of love, this space of calmness, and the space of peace. The more we ground, the less will be the motion of our thoughts. Notice the fall in the beats in the heart space. Feel the sensation, pulsation, that beautiful feeling in the heart area, spreading to whole of your body from the center. Let go of everything else. We are now aware that this space is expanding the love within us, pulling us in this magnet. Our source. Keep this feeling growing within you. It's the same love that we experience at the first sight of that reddish orange color rising sun in the morning. Experience the fragrance of your most cherished flower. It's the same happiness that we feel and experience our desires. And as we expand in this feeling, let's clear our aura for uninvited influences and send them love and light. You are all created in love and light. You all feel no pain now. And not afraid of anything. And I ask my higher self to take you all to your perfect places. And now I close my aura to all except my higher self. I rest and surrender to my all-knowing intelligence, which is a part of my vast spiritual existence. In this silence, I'm one with God. I exist in His image. With all the God's qualities. So I can claim all my true desires. God is love. I am love. God is compassion. I am compassion. God is light. I am light. Light of this creation. God is peace, joy, and bliss. Therefore, I am peace, joy, and bliss. Yes, these are my gifts. God is present everywhere. I am present everywhere. God is prosperity. I am prosperity. God is non judgmental. I am non judgmental. I am made of the same qualities that God has. I have the same desires that God has. So I ask my higher self to give me a signal to begin this communication. My dear higher self, please give me your signal now. Focus on the love, the feelings of love that comes when we are with our higher self. Fully experience this union with your existence. Feel whatever makes you feel loved. Once you get the signal, you are unified to go ahead. Let's now put our intention to know our true desires and ask with full awareness. My dear higher self, please communicate to me my true desires. My infinite existence and my all-knowing intelligence knows my true desires. So, with full faith, I ask my higher self tell me my true desires. All this while, our desires came from the place of lack. Where we have wanted the love and respect of people. But I know now that everything is creation for my use. And I have everything so which experience I want to claim out of the abundance I have. Whatever your higher self communicates, you can say it, I claim abundance. Or any other specific desires, you can claim similarly. Take your time and claim the desires. We can claim them because they are already there, existing in us. We are only claiming what already belongs to us. As we are made in the image of God. So be in the state of love, let go, thankfulness. And as we borrow these desires and return our experiences with love, forgiveness, and thankfulness, each and everything is making us experience this existence in totality. We don't have to interfere with anyone's free will. Our desires are free from the bondages of past and future. Our desires reflect our truth. That makes us feel God qualities. And as we receive our desires, I now thank my higher self for showing me the way. And help me in knowing myself a bit better than yesterday. We are now ready to send the flow of love from our heart center to everyone we know or came across. And also feel the love radiating back to us. Feel it with all your senses. Remember the feeling. And now I close my aura to all except my higher self. I intend to be with this feeling of gratitude And now, as we are coming to the end of this practice, please take your time to note down your inventory and desires. I hope these are full of God qualities. Your desires be filled with peace, knowledge, joy, abundance, and all. I sincerely hope that all of you have enjoyed this practice. Thank you. Once we are ready, we can open eyes. Slowly. To come out of the practice.
Thank you, Niti ji. Thank you for your beautiful practice session today.
Sir, I have a personal experience. As I was speaking, I was completely centered. And There was a whole lot of energy,
Hmm.
as if Babaji was himself guiding me.
Yes, I got that message today as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody is reading it, oh,
It is, yes.
Thank you, Nitiji. Really, it was so deep and intense. It was wonderful. And sorry, I took your chance to speak. I should have shared it little late so that you could have get chance to speak and express your, the summary. So it's a good
it's
reminder
okay.
for
We
me.
always want to hear more of your voice and Chaleshji's voice.
Ah,
Don't worry, take your time.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this chance and experience. Actually, I experience, you
I'm
know,
so happy for you.
and my eyes were open. I was in alpha state, maybe in theta state. My eyes were open and I can channel, I can feel that energy. And I couldn't stop speaking that out. Generally, I don't share my experience so comfortably, but
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. This is just a beginning. When we keep doing it, we experience it more and more, and you will feel that you need more rest. You want to integrate. You want to you have experienced something different today. So
thank you.
thank you.
Actually, your practice session, the entire session was your experience that you were sharing. You were experiencing and you were sharing it. So,
But we are here for experience only. We take
ah,
back the experiences and then discuss. Go back and
yeah,
discuss.
absolutely. Yes, very good. Yeah, anybody else would like to share their experience as well? They are welcome to unmute and speak.
Anybody would like to add to the summary, or you would have experienced anything differently? You can come forward. As it is first chapter of part 2, it is very much close to chapter number 1 in part 1. If the more we read, the more we are able to connect. So last night I was reading this chapter, and my son came and he asked me to read his book, his story. And I said, okay, give me some time. I'm in middle of something. And then I was reading this chapter number 9. And then he says, okay, you have read this book 15,000 times. How many more times you are going to read? You're just making this story. Just read my book now. I said, okay. I keep my book aside, and then I took his story, and it was such an amazing story. I enjoyed reading for him. So that is when we could see more, experience more, go deeper more. So don't just consider, okay, I'm done one time or two time or three time. It's the book itself says practical guidance. It's not like, a holy text or a Bible or a Gita, where it is telling clearly, that you go and do these exercises. So practical sessions means experience the truth. The course is on truth, but we are learning to experience love in everything and everything we do, or everybody we meet. So as I said, the chapter number 1 and 9 is very much resonating. It's just because if that thought comes to you, I don't know, but it comes many times, that the first chapter, it says that you are more beautiful than the flower in heaven in full bloom. And then I kept thinking, then what's the need of changing me, or what's the problem? Then everything is fine. But then in next few paragraphs, Papaji says, but you just need to do a little bit correction in your thinking. And that's where everything starts. And this chapter particularly, it is asking to manifest our desire, which also starts with our thinking, but not from the aspect of our lower self. It's coming from the higher self where everything is fulfilled truly. So it was touching so deep, that there's a reason, and whoever is ready, whoever is ready to be vulnerable, when we come to the space where we feel, okay, I'm okay to try something different, something new. So I am vulnerable at that time. And then at point of time, then you may go against your family or society, but you know that you are on the right path. You trust yourself, and it's okay if something goes wrong. I will just create an experience, and we are open for that. So it was touching so deeply, and the difference was coming. I think I made some notes also. So normal human being, what he does, he carries a candle to find his way. And then a person who is whole, who is guided by higher self, is carrying the floodlight, who can see past and future and little much more than what a normal human being can see, who is living in the limitedness. Then also the creation in normal human being, it comes from the same mind, but it comes from the space of lack. And then the person who is living the whole self is creating his true expression. And the normal human being desires are generally driven by fear, following crowd, and sometimes to avoid situations. And then the whole human being, the desire comes from the higher self. And the normal human being is too much into calculative risk, that I am, what not, what is, and what's good for me, and he debate into that series of thought. But here, a whole human being, he just takes challenges, spontaneous right activity. It's okay to be vulnerable, and then we create new experiences. And this list can go on and on. But I just noted a few that came to my mind in that little time when my son was asking me for attention. So I thought I would share with you all.
Yes, and in the earlier part of today's session, also the theme has been pretty much all the thoughts have been about knowing your true desires. And the examples have been, if the desires are not right, you can be experiencing difficulties, experiencing unpleasant things in your life, right? So our desires are always fulfilled. It's we only feel that they are not, right? Because the ones that we want fulfilled are not getting fulfilled, but the ones that we do not want, but they still are my desires, they keep getting fulfilled. So we are learning about that manifestation part of it, and it's always very important to um, use your wisdom before you desire something. So there is a saying that from childhood I have been hearing, be careful about what you ask for. Right? This is a saying. It's a very normal saying. People say, well, be careful about what you ask for, because you may think that you are asking for something which will give you happiness, but it may not be so. And to be able to understand, or to be able to comprehend which of my desires is not going to give me joy or happiness, that requires wisdom. And wisdom comes from our experiences. So understand this, at what our consciousness is continuously growing. As we are growing through our experiences, our consciousness is also growing, our wisdom is growing. And wisdom becomes the basis of all our decision making. Your use of free will is guided by your wisdom. And that wisdom is growing. As you experience more and more, you are continuously growing. So, looking at your own experiences, you can figure out how much of your wisdom you are using. You may have, but you may not be using. So, this is an important thing to understand. It is, in fact, it's in so many ways, it is good that our desires are not fulfilled always, because they will lead us into havoc. They could lead us into problems. So, only such of those desires which are aligned with our complete totality, they are the ones that manifest, that get fulfilled. And those desires are meant for giving us experience to grow, experience to develop to the next level. So, knowing this is very important. You may not use this information all the time, but know that my desires are coming from my wisdom, and my wisdom is still growing. So I may not even be able to comprehend what the truth is. I may not be able to. And from all that, this all will feel very complex and complicated. But understand, the process that we are learning in this book makes it simple, makes it easy. Babaji has removed the complication. Just keep practicing as I have described in the book. Just keep practicing. And through that practice, he has taught us the techniques to connect with inner wisdom first. Why is it important that all-knowing intelligence is so very important? Because it will tell you the truth. It will tell you what will bring you that what you want. So understanding that connection from within to our own wisdom is the most critical thing we can have. And in one of the lessons we have definitely learned, right? I think it was in part 2, one of the lessons, that the doorway to our all-knowing intelligence is through the heart. That is where we can access the all-knowing intelligence. So centering in the heart, chapter number 1 is the most important chapter. That practice is most important. The more we remain centered in the heart, the more we are connected to our own wisdom, and then all our desires and all our manifestations thereof will always be in the right direction. They will reflect the experiences that come from God's qualities. So it is a very simple formula, very, very simple process. If we understand it, then slowly and gradually we can bring it into our practice of life, living that way. And then all of us can one day be just like how Jayaji was feeling this morning, in that state, right? All of us can be there.
So the very important point you touched, that heart is all-knowing intelligence, and all-knowing intelligence is different from the intellect or the little wisdom we carry in our head with our past experience. So when I said that the sweet thought, the thought of God that created us, has something for us to experience, right? So the universe is not repeating itself. The experiences in the past has done and gone, but we are creating new every moment. And that's how this book comes, bringing new techniques, bringing new era knowledge, wisdom, and the practices that we can do. So generally in this quiet period practice, the first 7 point number 5, it says that your higher self, to why you are coming to this quiet period practice, you let your higher self know that I'm here to receive knowledge that is appropriate at this time, and to have revealed where my thinking is not in tune with God's thought, etc. So this is our day-to-day practices where we receive, in what direction I want to go, in what direction, what I want to manifest in my life. So now the part 2 is all about manifestation, and then the desire or the thought, that is everything. So if I keep thinking from the past pattern, I won't be able to create something new or different. So that's also a difference in human little lower self manifestation and the higher self manifestation, that the lower self will be triggered from outside or inside hurt, but then the higher self is fulfilled with God qualities to experience his unlimitedness and boundedness. And he may not understand the complete truth at this point of time, but his willingness is there. So higher self will reveal a bit of experiences. And initially it feels like, that I wanted to experience something very positive, but this is not the experience I'm looking. I am going through pain, but it is important for me to experience, to learn, that bigger truth in chunks and chunks. So slowly, with the experience, understanding expands, and that's how we start trusting the unknown. So that's what my personal experience is, and this book, even at times I feel even my mind started thinking like my heart. It is not very critical or hard, but it is very flexible and moldable at times. The moment I need to switch, I switch easily. The moment I feel I'm in a lot of fear, and it switches its state differently immediately. If I just need to bring my awareness there. So again, it's true enjoyment. As we revise, it goes deeper. And as I said, when you are reading chapter by chapter, it is one thing. And when you read, and understand completely, you remember most of the points, important points from every chapter. You connect it, and then it fits like a perfect cup in the center of the saucer, and you understand experience more. And then, you know, the life is really, it becomes fulfilled, it becomes joyful, and enjoying. You want to do more, experience more. That's why God has taken body. If God has to experience something, well, how he can do that? So he takes the body and he comes and experiences his own creation, and the expansion happens.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The group is very quiet today. If all of you are tired, then we can bring the session to a close. But if there is something that you want to discuss, I can start a discussion also. If you are ready to express yourself, I will help you in that.
Sir, I have a
Please.
question.
Yeah.
Sir, how to claim true acceptance? Because in the moment when actually we are experiencing a situation, sometimes like we are operating in the lower self, so we don't accept fully that we have invited this experience.
I understand. I fully agree with you and
After 2 minutes, we realized, but
yes.
why not before?
And this
Why?
happens to all of us.
And then the thing is, why you want to run away from that experience? Because God is also non-judgmental. How will you expand if you won't become vulnerable? That's the key point here.
So I'm
Ah,
avoiding being vulnerable. Okay.
and I can tell you with my experience that I really sometimes go really deep hurt because I am open to be vulnerable. I take challenges. I touch all my weak points and I explore it.
But
Anything
ma'am,
come as
with
a
me
fear,
it's
I'll go
very
out and
different because
manifest.
I hit void. If I experience my emotions are so intense, I hit void. So when you hit void, the consequences are very drastic.
Void is good. void is where you can impress yourself, whatever you are carrying, you would
हाँ
impress
वो
it.
तो हमने अभी सीखा ना कि वो ही तो हम जो क्रेव कर रहे थे वो इसीलिए तो क्रेव कर रहे थे ना अपनी सेक्रेट स्पेस हमारी कस्तूरी ढूंढने के लिए
Thank you for bringing this question, acceptance. Last night also I wrote one line on it. Just imagine if your house is filled with guests and kids, how it looks like. In the morning you come, you clean up, everything is looking perfect. Last night you set things aside. In the morning you're coming and you're saying, okay, this is nice. By the afternoon or by evening, you see the state of home. Oh my God, it's a mess now. So acceptance, when it is needed, actually, it is needed when things are not in your way, not in your alignment. But is it wrong? Is it bad? Should I run away? So acceptance comes when there is something different than you. And at times I practice this, and many times I practice this, that if I'm doing dishes and I'm not liking it, I will leave it that moment. I will do it later. If I see things are kept on the table, which should have been kept somewhere else, I'll
I
wait.
tried this and I kept it for night. I went out with the guest. But it was like, oh, I could have done it 5 minutes. Then only 4 p.m. only. Why I kept it until 9 p.m. 5 minutes it would have taken. Even if they have seen, doesn't matter.
So there the acceptance come. Okay, this is my piece is more important.
हाँ
Let the home be dirty. When I will get time, I will clean up. But I want to be first myself. And how I learned it, I can tell you a little example. I went to Hyderabad in 2022 and 2023, and I don't remember which trip, but a person who was sweeping the floor in front of temple, and there was a pyramid. It's a Sai temple, I think Karnool uh, pyramid. I went there. So this person is sweeping the floor, and then all of a sudden, in 10 minutes, I saw him, he's meditating. He's no more sweeping. And then we are coming around, going around, and then came back. And then I saw he's sweeping again. And then after some time, he was no more sweeping. So we were sitting, meditating there and watched him over 1.5 hour. And he was doing this constantly. And that, I didn't know that I picked it from there. And I mean, I think I would have been doing it before, but I realized that something shifted in me and acceptance came instantly. Agar it is wrong, then only I have to accept, na. When I look at others, I want to see God. I want to see love. I want to see whole, complete joy, everything. But that's not a state for everybody, right? So what I need to
Hmm.
accept is their natural state wherever we are, right? And in me too, I'm also there. So it starts from myself, then house, then people, then the space I am in. Definitely, people say that the chaotic space reflects your chaotic mind, but it is that it is. And for that, I need to take breaks. Center here, things will settle down.
Hmm.
Yes, the question of acceptance, the very question of acceptance arises only when you encounter something which you do not agree with. Otherwise, you will not even think about acceptance. If everything is happening as per your desire, then you don't even think about accepting because it's by default it's acceptable to you. So non-acceptance comes only when there is something that you are experiencing which you do not want,
Hmm.
and it basically is reminding you, why do you not want it? This is also God's creation. When we begin
But
to
like
see,
6 to 7 a.m. in the morning when I'm so busy and everything in rush, and if somebody asks me anything, in that fraction microsecond,
yeah,
I just lose myself.
I know, I can fully understand, because this happens to all of us. It happens to me even now. So
And I'm noticing this for the likes. 10 minutes. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 5 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 minutes. past 5, 7 years, and I
Yes.
see I've worked so much on myself. Now, why in the morning and the night I want, okay, I don't want this. No light on, no white light.
Yes. So this is happening because think about it now, your own experience. To me also, whenever we are fighting against time, these
Mm.
things will come, right? You want something accomplished, so you want some tasks to be finished
Mm.
in a certain period of time. And the
Yes,
moment there is a break in that, you disagree, you don't accept it, right? You
बिल्कुल
lose your
बिल्कुल
balance,
नहीं.
right? Now, that losing the balance at that time comes to wake us up. It comes basically, where are you running? What are you running after? What are you going to finally accomplish? If we did the same work without that thought of controlling the time, thought of racing with time, without that, you would actually be doing it stress free. And when you do something,
Oh, so I'm not doing it
yes,
100%. I'm just doing half-heartedly and want to get rid of it.
exactly.
Okay.
When you do it in a state of peacefulness, when you are peaceful and you do the same work, your efficiency is much higher. You can accomplish much more in the same period of time because you won't do any mistakes, no errors. You will be fully there. So, being peaceful when you are doing it, do not worry. You have to teach yourself. This is what I did with myself. What will happen if it doesn't happen? If the task doesn't get completed?
That's a morning walk. What about night time? I have to sit in meditation.
Right? So,
So that is the next thing you are looking for, right? So that is what's
exactly.
tying you up.
We are in the future all the time. When we are stuck in the
Ah.
future, that is when the stress comes. So, when you begin to understand and sort of solve this puzzle of time, you begin to um, become stress free. The more you release your stress, stress is always, invariably, it's created by time.
Sir,
So,
but if I don't switch off the light, then my daughter will unnecessarily drag the time. She has board exams,
You know
and
what?
then
One more thing here, that I have started taking very personally. Even if, as I said, my son came, he was like, now you are going to listen to me. He was like, just listen to me. It was late than his bedtime, right? So I consider him priority. Anybody, anything he's saying coming to you is your reflection. So your higher self wants to experience
uh,
you to experience that. There's nothing, no
yeah,
one is against you doing things. You also give them freedom.
correct, correct.
Jala lo, 10 घंटा और light जला लो. I will just cover my face and I'll sleep. You know, and so you take it easy, you trust the other person that whatever he is asking, and I have found it many times, 100% that it was not the correct time. So somebody comes and interrupt me, whatever I'm doing, and and I may get annoyed if I think like, okay, why he always come and bother me whenever I'm doing this, and why he comes and speak like that.
I have done everything for you now. Why are you disturbing me? This is my me time.
Uh,
yes, we have to learn not to make decisions on behalf of our family members. On one side, we keep on telling them, okay, now it's time for you to go to sleep. Now it's time for you to study. Now do this, now do that, now do that. You keep making decisions for them. And then on the other side, you are saying, you are just so irresponsible. When will you become responsible? You are not letting them feel the responsibility. How can they become responsible? They will become responsible only when they encounter failures. Let them experience it. So you are actually acting against yourself only.
I for most of the things I let her experience, but
Yeah,
this
just
timing thing she was not understanding. So I was
not
like,
most, for
why
everything.
9 p.m. you want to open the book on maths book on the bed? It will activate your mind more, and
Mm.
No, no,
so
no. It's our own thinking, but it's only for them. Even if I would like to take them a difficult challenge at bedtime and then sleep, you will have the solution in the morning. So the more you go and hold on time, the more they will be, fussy and they would do it more and more. The more you are relaxed,
Um,
they will come to that state. Okay, I think I'm done for today, and let them do whatever, give them that freedom to experience the whatever they are trying to do. Then they can decide, okay, when I sleep early, I wake up more fresh, and then I'm feeling better. And then next time, my son, he has morning wake up 7, then he will still go and sleep by 11, 11:30. Can you imagine? So he will go to bed 9, 9:30. He will spend 2 hours turning upside down, making stories here and there, and he can't sleep. So I can't fight with it. Initially, it used to give me headache. It's been 2 hours and I'm falling asleep and he's waking up. I'm falling asleep and he's waking up. But now he is more tuned. Give me something, give me something to talk. He will sleep, talking, talking, talking. He will sleep. So we wanted him to sleep on time, but he is not ready. So we are just giving more time and letting him do things because I felt he misses to do things at home because the school time is so long, and then they have their own, homework and other things. So they want to feel relaxed. Relaxation happens after the scheduled things that we have in the mind for every day. So that's what I learned
so
from him.
that all I understand. I tell her, come in the bedroom 8:30, switch off the light, we can have cozy time. but
No switch off the
but I
light.
get you.
No switch off the light.
The the important thing here we have to understand is when God created us, God has not imposed any rules on us, and we keep on imposing rules on our creation. We are made in the image of God. You have to behave like God. If you don't behave like God, then you are not even living what you are made. So, when God has given us total freedom, we have to give total freedom to our own creations
Correct.
because we are also image of God only. God is experiencing through us. So, we should never forget this thing. Um, Today, I wanted to ask actually all of you about what do you think spirituality is? Everybody wants to see everybody who's doing meditation and all that. Oh, I'm spiritual now. What is the meaning of spirituality? Has anybody thought of that?
Connected to your true self.
And what would that do? See,
That will bring the authentic self.
mm, all that is the consequence, right? What is the
Yeah.
meaning of the word spirituality? What does it really mean?
Being connected to the source.
Okay, but
Not,
what is that the meaning of the word spirituality?
not being guided by materialistic
in
things.
in our practical terms, I'm saying not theoretical, practical terms, in a living, as we are living as a human being living in this world, what is the meaning of the word spirituality?
Sandhya ji said something. And Sandhya ji, can you please speak again? I think you said.
Not not being guided by materialistic limitations on materialistic world.
But just take the word spirituality. It contains the word spirit.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
so
can.
the other word of, I mean, other from materialistic is the, okay, I don't want to use what is already we are saying, the unified world or the spirit world or the soul world. Since I don't want to use those terms, I just used one part of it.
So it's like the spirituality means living the spirit. And if we define spirit, it goes without form, right? It just takes anything to experience. So when we say that we are human being, we are spiritual being living the human experience. So I am defining that spirit in the human experience, human form. And then I put it in the plant, I put it in rabbit, and I put it in lion, and that's how it starts behaving. It's the same spirit, one whole, the empty sheet, which is just desiring to have
E equal to
experience.
MC square. For me, it's E equal to MC square.
Yes, yes. The my understanding now in practical terms, let me explain this. our normal existence, what we call as physical existence, is driven by mind. Or everything we do every day in this physical existence is driven by mind. You cannot be otherwise. It's driven by mind. Why? Because everything is dual. We are in duality, physicality. Now, understanding this thing, that I live from the mind in my normal day, when I say I am spiritual, what it would mean is, now I am living as a spirit, not as the mind. Spirituality means living with the perspective of a spirit, not with the perspective of a mind. That is spirituality. And what is the perspective of a spirit? The difference, the primary difference between the perspective of a spirit and that of the mind. What is the primary difference? For a spirit, there is no beginning or end. It is eternal. And the mind has a beginning and an end. Physicality has a beginning and an end. So, beginning and an end introduces the element of time. As an eternal being, I have no meaning of time at all, because there is no beginning and no end. What's the purpose of time there? Thinking in that fashion, from that perspective, the moment you start thinking with that perspective, that there is no beginning and no end, this life is just one of my loops. I just came into this body and I will exit from this loop, go into another loop, and then go into another loop, and will keep doing that eternally if I feel like.
Let's add two more facets to this particular line, that I'm a human being, I'm a spiritual being. I know many people, when we start meditation, we say that we are a spiritual person. And then many comes that with two things. I'm not growing spiritually. And the second thing, I want to be on top of spirituality. Now, what it is, just think about it. Two people in last 1 week, two people came. One said, I'm not growing spiritually. That was itself unknown. And one said that I want to be on top of the spirituality. Think of that top we don't even know. And that life is taking us there so that we can comprehend what it is.
So, the understanding itself, this is why I opened this topic, is that since we are all on that path, we need to be clear about what we are actually doing. Right? Now, the confusion happens all through the day. This confusion happens to me also, because we are living in the mind. Mind will start driving. By nature, it will start driving. Then my spiritual side will say, well, this is not what I know. This is not what I have heard. So there is a confusion now. Now there is an inner talk. Who wins? The spiritual being or the mind? They could be actually against each other also, many a times. My spiritual being says, well, I need this experience, but mind says, no, 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 don't get there, you will get hurt. But
Mind will keep us in survival mode.
In
because
loop, in doing,
yes,
just
the
you start thinking one thing, you want to go deep, it will bring another thing.
for the spirit, taking a physical form is a very small fraction of its existence. It doesn't care if you lose this life. It will get another one. Right? Mind wants to save it because this is all it has.
Identifying with ego. First
Mind
ego
thinks,
comes,
well,
then the mind comes.
if the life ends, everything ends. No, for the spirit, nothing ends. You understand
Mind
the
also
very
fights for
big
its
difference.
thought. Hmm.
There is a huge difference in these two thought processes. When you start living like the spirit, you stop fighting with time. Okay, in this lifetime, if I have not completed this, I will do it another time. There will be another experience that I will have where I will be able to achieve some things like that. Or maybe I have done it also. Right? Now, from that perspective, when you start thinking, you will never rush, never be in a hurry. The more you think like that, the more stable you will become, the more centered you will become. And when you start becoming more centered, you will lose that anxiety of time. And then you will be peaceful and in balance all the time. This is the meaning of being spiritual.
So the two terms we coined, like lower self and higher self, that is what it is. Like, you're driven by your lower self, which is taking you, things after things. For usually, like, males go with clock, and then females have things after things: feed kids, clean up, do dishes, cook, like that, right? So these are like taking you away, and then you are limited there. But then when the spirit comes, and then it comes in its whole existence to experience what its true nature is. It knows that I am that infinite eternal being and I am limited here. But still that, that feeling or that thing doesn't go from our inner being. And we keep running throughout the life. We keep running to experience that unlimited, infinite being in us. So it was very similar to, driven by higher self and uh, a normal human being driven by just what you called a little mind, which is driven by past experiences, or that the triggers from outside or some triggers from inside. If anybody started journey from within also, there is unfulfillment and things just keep us making us run. So we do not have to run from mind, but we have to train the mind to listen, to act from that eternal space that is our heart space. So the big picture comes here in small little chunk. We all can live. So
And this mind is what I have selected for my current experience. As the spirit, I selected this mind. See, think of it. Let's think about physical terms, right? Physical terms. Think of a huge sphere that I am. I am that sphere, and I have infinite windows to peep through. Right? If not for anything else, think you are the earth. You live inside the earth, and you have windows, infinite number of windows on the surface through which you can peep. So today you decide, well, okay, I want to peep through Shailesh. Let me open this window called Shailesh and peep through and see how the world looks like, how the experience is.
I think you gave the similar example of
Yeah,
infinite train running over the earth or the universe, and then you are just going window to window and compartment to
yeah.
compartment.
Tomorrow you can decide, well, okay, I want to open this window called USA. I will open in USA and see how it looks. What does it feel? Right? That's what we are as a spirit. We can peep through any window that we feel like. We choose, right? And that's then we peep through it, experience it, and then withdraw. Okay, I want the next one now. I want to peep in Hawaii now. Next one, I want to peep in Afghanistan, right?
I'm amazed how well we are connected, So you've been sharing this, and all that conversation so far is, I think, resonating to what we have been discussing. So even yesterday, I was having this in my mind that, that sheet of paper we take, the kids, the blank white paper, and we carve a tree on that, right? So there's on the sheet, there's an empty tree, and but on standing, we see a 2D tree, right? So it's like you carve a tree, you carve and you lift a tree on that, then you carve and you lift a animal, and then you carve and lift a human being, and then different human experiences. And everything is now a big sheet of paper. It is like a tray, and you see things popping up from different shape. But you see also that there is a cutout beneath, and you can just vanish like this. You go back, you go flat, you merge from where you have come, you merge there. So we see that our whole self or the bigger self is out there. So that is that cutout from where I have come. It is empty, it's part of that whole. If the whole vibrates like this or expands like this, it knows. So this is what I was seeing in the last few days, and today we discussed it. So different, when we think, I think this chapter number 7 triggers this in my mind also, that how it looks like Shailaji is saying that, see that it's a open space. That's how it's the unified field or consciousness is, right? So when we close our eyes, we see darkness, which is infinite. There is no end to it. We don't see the boundaries. We just see dark for long. That's what it is like. And then when we keep seeing that darkness for long, we start feeling it. And that what we feel is actually these God qualities. We start feeling peace, we start feeling bliss, joy, that love, that fulfillment experience of infinite starts happening.
Sandhya ji wanted to say something. Yeah.
Sandhya ji is thinking a lot.
Right. I just realized that means every time we are in the love space, anyway, I'm only going to be feeling. And the minute I'm in feelings, thoughts, and emotions, I'll be basically living in my gut feeling. So no mind not using the mind. So I'll be a spiritual being if I'm in that space. Am I making it very simplistic? Probably yes.
No,
but
it's not simple. It is that way only. The reality is simple.
so, and
Yeah.
And that's why I keep feeling that this concept of time, the minute it is mindfulness and living in the moment, it's going to be timelessness. It's going to be, and for that, you'll anyway have to be in God space or heart space. So, anyway, you're not a slave of your mind.
And
So
there is no
everything,
running away from the mind. And that is why we have come here to train our mind to listen our heart. And in part 3, you would
it's-
read this line, literally written, that you are training your mind to act like heart.
but if you're in the heart, honestly, if I'm selfish, I'm going to be very much in my heart. So right now I just realized that's going to make me just very I mean, I'm not saying self-centered. I'm saying just like, okay, I want to be happy, the I, that way. I'll be in a
Yes,
very happy space.
absolutely. That is not really happy space. That's the bliss. That space is bliss. Happiness is a part of the mind, part of the emotions.
Oh, okay. That is,
Right?
that's
Yeah.
I
But
meant, okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
The
The,
Anand ka concept I was,
that's okay. The more important for us to understand, like Preeti was just saying, that we are peeping through this window called Sandhya right now. There is this window called Sandhya. So I know that I am that bliss, that permanent bliss. That's who I am. But right now, I want to experience through this window. That means when I peep through the window means what am I doing? I am limiting my perspective. Perspective is mind. Remember. Because the moment you limit your perspective, you become mind, right? Now, as the heart, when you try to experience things through the mind, that is what is spirituality. Where we are losing track is we think that we have forgotten about the heart part. We think as becoming one with the mind, and then there is definitely time. There is a beginning, there is an end, and then I have to finish everything in this time. Right? That cycle comes into play. That perspective it's only a difference of perspective, right? To the mind. So we still live this same very experience of limitedness with the perspective of the mind, then it becomes enjoyable. The perspective needs to remain that of the heart, sorry, not the mind. The spirit, the perspective of the spirit, right? With that perspective, when I'm living, I'm never in a hurry.
Like we enjoy a movie. We
Yes,
are
exactly.
looking from outside, right? Not inside. So
Ah,
other not crying. And like now, just now, as you were saying, I see the Zoom window in gallery view. And as the very time you say window, there are so many names. And then Sandhya ji comes as a professor, a researcher, or somebody comes like a, software engineer. And then these are the mind. And these all want to be fulfilled. And there's the same bucket we are coming from the same pool. We are carrying the source, that very
exactly.
basic essence of ours, and it will be fulfilled in this particular role, whether I'm a housewife or a cleaner or a cook. I'm going to experience that, and it's possible. So as I said this again, that the it comes from Niti ji also. I think I'm coming from after a long time, so I have a lot to share. That you know what, I have difficulty in acceptance. I have difficulty in living in love,
Yes,
although I'm
ma'am.
saying that.
Acceptance pe if Shailesh ji can talk or you can share, like he beautifully connected spiritual aspect and timing, but something on acceptance.
It's all including. So, Nitiji, you just listen to the audio entirely after the session. You will be able to connect, integrate. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was coming to say, that, I'm affirming that, I am love. But then how do I live it? How I train my mind to think as love, right? So repeated affirmation for me, it's now 2 years, and very many times you have heard me doing recording and all that, many 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 practices, audio recording and anything, meditation recording, guiding in public and all. So that repetition itself is not enough. Sometimes you go out from there.
Okay.
So you have to first accepting this thing also. But then what I thought, why
Mm.
not I talk to my mind and I tell, like I started practicing sending love, receiving love to experience love, right? So now I'm affirming that I am love. All my thoughts are love. And then I start seeing in the first chapter, it itself says that whatever you are doing, you give your God qualities to yourself. So that will remind you that you are already there, and where you are not doing it, you will just fix it. So in adding little bit of more conscious affirmation, that whatever I do, it's love. Whatever I think, it's love. Whatever I eat, walk, sleep, talk is love. So enjoying is more important. That's the beautiful sharing Jayaji had today. That keep checking, are you enjoying what you're doing wherever you are? Change
Mm.
it if it is not.
Mm.
And I also made a very important note from Jayaji's uh, the ownership talk she shared with her experience, that am I dominating others with my thought? Am I feeding my thought on imposing my thought on others? And that's where the acceptance comes. So here you go. You have all the bits and pieces. If you'll connect, you will see it's helping you to easily live it. I mean, it will take definitely, it will give you experiences. When you are accepting, you're first seeing what you are accepting. And then you are saying, okay, if I was there, I would be doing the same thing. If I'm like a 3 years old, I will be stammering, talking. My voice will be muffled, or it would be like as a 3 year old. Then it becomes easier. You more you communicate where you are stuck, and now you have higher self. She will feed you immense instant thought. Can you think like that? If you are, if can you see it like that also?
I can quickly relate it for Nitiji's benefit, the concept of being spiritual. So, the perspective, if you are living in the mind with the perspective of the heart, the spirit's perspective, how does acceptance come? Acceptance is a natural outcome of that. Think of this Zoom windows that Preeti ji was saying, or the windows that I was talking about. You are peeping through windows, right? And actually, you are peeping through all the windows at the same time. So, through one window, I look like a man. Through another window, I look like a woman. Another window, I look like a child. And through another window, I look like a car. And through all these windows, I'm just experiencing. But in each window, it's just me. right? I also know
That
that.
spirit, right? That I am is same,
Exactly.
right? I am, and then just keep changing name, but I am is constant.
Exactly. In all the windows, it's me only peeping, right? Then where is the question of not accepting? It's just me. It's me doing everything, me talking to everybody. Acceptance becomes a natural outcome when you start using that perspective, right? So we need to hold the thing at the root. If you work on the root, then the tree and the branches and everything will start making sense, right?
Yeah,
The root is the perspective only. What are you coming, where are you coming from, right? Now if I come from the perspective of Shailesh and I consider that this is all I am, then you are different, you are not me. But if I have that perspective that I am everything, then there is no question of rejection at all, of any kind. In fact, I feel amused and feel so happy when I consider things like that. I feel so happy. Wow, how must it be feeling when I am peeping through Sandhya ji? What it must be feeling like, right? That's the kind of thing.
I would say that's like a second step. I mean, first, if we are accepting of ourselves, that's where everything starts. That's what I think the root is, because if I'm not listening myself, my inner says I don't want to do dishes, but you know what? I don't like the sink where dirty. I don't like the sink filled with dishes. I don't like this. See how many I don't like we have. People, the wet towel on the bed and the chair not put slide in the um, dining table. So many small things keep happening, but can I just be? Can I just see that, the universe give us space to express ourselves, where they will go? And many times I think like that. My son, if he's asking me something, I'll say, where he will go and ask, where we'll go and see, right? So that's where I am able to feel him and give him more. So first thing, if I know myself, I will know you, I will know others. And if I'm accepting myself, I'm listening myself, I can listen others and understand others' perspective also. And many times, if we see life as gathering virtues in this human body, so I'm working, developing patience, acceptance, I'm working listening, I'm working things like, the takeaways from this life. If I am leaving this body, what are my takeaways? If we look at that point of view, then you will embrace life. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for giving me this experience. I was into myself and you came, made a knock. So even then the burned paratha will help you that, okay, you were not here. And sometimes a smiley on paratha. And last week I saw a beautiful heart in my paratha. I wanted to take picture, but I had to serve my heart in somebody's plate. So these very little experiences we keep creating, just go within, and you know what? That love, it feels so simple to say love, but it actually makes you supernatural. Just think about it, that superpower we all think God has, but He has enormous unconditional love for everything. And that's where, we start manifesting thing like that. We think that everything is conspired to fulfill our own desire. This chapter brings that to us. So it's actually really magical. The magic where the session started, that Jayaji has this beautiful magical smile today. So that starts with love.
And when when you begin to see yourself in everything, then you begin to communicate with everything, right? My dishes in my kitchen sink, when there are dishes there, they actually tell me, यार बदबू आ रही है, इधर निकालो मेरे को बाहर. And then I pick them in my hand with love, give them a wash, just like you would bathe a baby, you know. I just bathe them just like a baby. I put soap and wash them, and then put them in the dryer and everything. I just do the things with that feeling that like this is just me only, right? If I'm washing the dish, I'm washing myself actually.
That's next level of integration, actually.
Ah,
Right? It comes gradually. So
as
you're
you
giving
begin.
the
Yeah.
idea, you're giving the thought, but we start doing it when we are first in balance, in center, right? So
Yes,
the
exactly.
first thing I would say, people are very rushing, I have to go to somebody's lunch and dinner. I need to finish all this work. So while I go in the party and I'm totally dull and drained with the whole work that I finished, and it's of no more enjoyment anymore. Why? We go for lunch outside, a family lunch, family dinner, and we go fighting all the way. We are late. You know what you did, and this, where what life is. These are also beautiful experience, but we don't want to be doing that all the time, because once we are aware, we would like to experience heaven. We would like to experience the joy, the happiness, God qualities we have. From where it comes with that, leave it यार, बर्तन आके कर लेंगे, कहाँ जा रहा है, कल भी तो किया था, आप कल भी करना ही है, in a day 3 times I have to cook and clean. Why to fight? Leave it. So don't try to be perfectionist and very hardliner. You first do that for yourself and then you do it for others. So that line, that you don't feed your thought to others, was so powerful. Thank you, Jayaji, for bringing that in awareness to all of us.
You guys want to have some fun?
I need to leave. I'm 15 minutes late.
Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
Chalo. See you all
I will have
tomorrow.
some
Thank you
fun
so
with them
much.
and then we will close the
Sure,
session.
sure.
So,
Thank you.
just one more thought for all of you. Just amusement thought. Huh? You can enjoy with this thought for rest of your day and maybe tomorrow also. Think about if there was somebody called Hanumanji and he appears in front of me and I am having this perspective of the spirit. I look at it, oh my God, I am appearing there, right? And then a person like me, I am a very mischievous person in my thought process. I am very naughty. So if I am seeing Hanuman, then I will see, well, okay, how are you feeling in that kind of form? How am I feeling there? Can you try lifting your tail and see how it feels? Try blowing through your mouth. How does it feel in that form? You understand? I start enjoying that presence of myself. If I just come across Ganesha, what will I do? I will say, hey, can you swing your trunk a little bit and show me how it feels? Isn't it wonderful? That's the connection. That's the living from that perspective of being everything. I actually, and that's the truth, that I am living through all of you, each one of you, and everything around here. Everything that I can perceive around me, I am living through it. So amuse yourself talking to anything around you and say, well, okay, how am I feeling in there? And you will enjoy. Then you can actually understand others. Do this exercise maybe with one of your family members. You see one of them, anyone, maybe your child or anyone in the family. When you come across them, then feel that, okay, I am living through this body now. How am I feeling? What does it feel like talking to me, talking to the mom? And see it from there. I see now myself through the eyes of that child that is in front of me. And then see what I see there. Those kind of, when you begin to start bringing all that in the mind, now what are you doing? You are creating a thought in the mind that there is more beyond this limited thing. We are basically training the mind to behave like the heart. And in the process, you start feeling that bliss in everything, that feeling of joy in everything. So try, experiment with, and then maybe tell me tomorrow what did you find finally. Maybe see through somebody who is very angry, somebody who's losing it. See through them. It is fun, really, real fun. Yeah. Try it, yes. Good. Okay, thank you, masters. So if there is no more question, I will bring the session to a close. Today, actually, Kavita ji had to go because her network was not helping her at all. So she had to go, and I had to continue with the session. So thank you for all of your participation. Tomorrow we will get with the together for session for lesson 10, chapter 10, right? So get ready for that and be ready with your questions. Otherwise, I will ask a difficult one just like I asked today. See? No, not difficult. Okay. Good. All right. Chaliye. Thank you.